Welcome to the stage your next comic, Marylee Stephenson.
I know, you thought you'd just hear some comics, and instead you get actually a lesbian fashion show. It's either sequins or polar fleece for me, so this was the night. Hey, I mean, don't you just love Janice? Isn't she just the greatest? As you gathered, I am lesbian. Actually, I'm the only 68-year-old lesbian comic with a PhD. That's my title. And Janice is straight. And I keep thinking, you know, like one day she's gonna realize it's gonna come to her that we were made for each other. And I get the same gracious response every time I mention it. She falls off a chair laughing. And then I say to her, but Janice, you've been married 4 fucking times. What's so I be picky for the 5th? I mean, I'm getting used to being gay. It's taken a while, you know. 68, it is the new 67. But you know, the only thing that bothers me really is people that are politically correct. You know, they have these sort of ideas, you wonder where they come from. Like this friend who I've known for 10 years, one day out of nowhere says, you know, Marylee, I just want you to know, I completely accept your lifestyle. Exactly, what do you say? And then I thought, what have you been doing the other 9 years? I thought we were friends, but maybe I had the wrong idea, yeah. And so then I thought, okay, what is the lesbian lifestyle? You know, what is it really? And so I'm going to tell you what the lesbian lifestyle is, okay? You're going to be so glad you came tonight, you know? You get the sequence and the little lesson. It just... Have another drink while you're at it. So here's the lesbian lifestyle. Like, here it is, okay? First of all, I get up like at 7 in the morning. Lesbian? I mean, who else but lesbians really, you know? I walk my dog. Truly characteristically lesbian, except I don't have a lab. All the rest of us have labs, okay? I got another kind of dog. It's really different. And then I have my first big meal of the day. Cold cereal stand by the sink, because that's what you do when you're a lesbian living alone. I know it's hard to imagine someone with this kind of dress sense living alone. Let's think that over some. But then, so then I work all day, you know, I do research, stuff like that. So again, there is just something so distinctively lesbian about that, really. Working. And then I have my second really big meal of the day. Cold cereal stand by the sink, because that's what you do. And so then, like 10:30, I go to bed. And so then I thought to myself, she can accept that lifestyle. I am rejecting it. So then the other thing I want to tell you about, you know, that last line never really goes over like I think it should. I think it's just brilliant, and it never makes it. If any of you see me after the show, tell me why when I say that I reject it. It just doesn't work like it should. Okay. Then the other thing is, because in my own way I'm a snotty, condescending person, I like to collect dumb signs, you know, that just, okay, they're just dumb, all right? Like in Kitsilano, and those little pocket beaches right by, you know, parks right by the water, and it drops down. You've seen them. You're nodding. Maybe some kids do. Okay, so, but anyway, there's a sign on this thing that says, caution, high vertical cliffs. And I mean, all this time I was terrified of the horizontal ones, you know, just coming at me like that. And then, you know, you can see when you're driving, I was driving to Seattle, and this church, in front of this church, it said, mud wrestling for Christ. much about Christ. But it sees, are they looking down there and saying, oh, that one's really muddy, he's never getting up here. Or that one's clean, bring him right up. You know, what are they doing? And can't you see the meeting of the elders and the preachers when they're making this decision about, you know, mud wrestling for Christ? They're saying to each other, what can we do to show our commitment to Christ? And one of them says, how about helping the homeless? And they say, no, everybody does that. It's already taken. Okay. Then they say, what about food insecurity? Because you can't anymore just be starving. You got to have food insecurity. Yeah. And they say, no, the Sally Ann's got that. And then someone says, how about mud wrestling for Christ? You got it? The commercial drive, okay? You know commercial drive, right? Multicultural, yes, lesbian laden, you know. So, and there's all those piercing places, right? And so, like one of them said one time, it said, new needles each customer. What did they do before? You know, they just sort of look up, oh, there's a little dirt off of that one, you know? And then another one said, stop compromising. You deserve better. Precision body piercing. And again, you ask yourself again, what did they do before? And so they probably had like darts, right? Which, of course, at first they would clean. And then they would go, you know? And they say, no, you don't need two eyes. I mean, you know, no, just one will do the job, you know. And the other one, my favorite one, actually was in London, one of those little A signs, and it said, body piercing while you wait. You're thinking the alternatives, aren't you, friends? But, you know, like, so you want something placed in an area which I will not discuss because I'm a tasteful person, you know, this snotty, but you want this done, but then you're a busy person, right? You have things to do. And so you say to them, look, I've got some shopping to do. I will be back in an hour, but may I leave my labia here? She never gives up.